Yes, I want to do a video to talk about coronavirus and the end times. Okay. For a while now, I've been wondering what the abomination of desolation means. That is found in Matthew 24, verse 15. And I've always wondered if it has anything to do with like the gay and lesbian, man marrying man and woman marrying woman, and then the earth would be desolate, and then there would be problems and tribulations on the earth. According to what it says in Matthew 24, verse 15. It didn't really say like man marrying man and woman marrying woman, but it says like abomination of desolation, which if as I was interpreting it, two men couldn't produce a child on the earth. Now two women can't do the same thing, can't produce a child. So I was trying to figure out if that's what the meaning of it is. So so I was looking in Matthew 24, verse 15, and I was thinking about the end time signs and everything. And with what's going on now with the coronavirus, a worldwide devastation disease, I'm sure it has let a lot of people change their minds. Um, I hope that people out there is trying to live differently and trying to look into what the Word of God is saying, because we're not just here on this earth to just do as we like. We have to really try to follow what the principles of what the word of God is saying. And that's not the only crime, or that's not the only sin on the earth. There is so many murders and so many rapes and so many evil things. These videos that you watch on that people send you sometime on WhatsApp is disgusting. And to be honest with you, with what's going on in the world now, I am even wondering if it has anything to do with the prophecy of the seven seals, as it says in Revelation chapter 5, verse 2, about the angel opening the seals, and then all the destructions that happen on the earth. Because there are things that happen on the earth that God have to allow it. Satan would have finished us off long ago if God doesn't allow, or God doesn't stop certain things. But there are things that God have to allow for people to change. It's as in the time with Nineveh, and as in the time with Sodom and Gomorrah. There are those times, or those things that happened back then, are serious things for us to reflect back on. For everything that happened in this world, human beings should always reflect back to say, what has the generation before us has gone through? What are we doing now? And how can we change things? Are we grieving the Spirit of God to the point where things going to happen to us now? Because seriously, it is very, very serious, as we all know about this coronavirus. It's not, it just doesn't just happen like this. There are reasons for everything upon the earth. Yeah? And all we should do is use wisdom and don't be complacent. As Christians, you have to just trust God. It's a very testing time now for everybody, all faiths, all beliefs. People out there says, okay, I don't believe this way about God, or I don't believe that way about God. But in some way, you have to at least try to believe God. It's not about the name of the church. It's all about how a person believe God. If they believe him according to his words, according to his promises, that is found in his word, the Bible. Yeah? Because right now the devil is like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And we have to just trust God with our lives. We have to commit our lives to God and don't waver in our faith. Because God is looking for true worshippers and for those who worship him in spirit and in truth. Okay, so this is my word for you today. If you have any comments, any questions, I'm just a human being as well, just wondering, just thinking about what's going on, and is what happening a result of this or a result of that. I'm not here trying to impose anything on anyone. I'm just saying that we have to think about it, as human being and what's going on with us now, and we have to use our wisdom to know that if we have a family. I know people are saying you can't stack up on food and those things, but you have to use your wisdom to know you have to have a certain amount of food, medicine, or so. You're still using your faith. That doesn't mean you don't have your faith. You have to cover your nose or cover your mouth if you go out in public. That doesn't mean you're not using your faith. You still use your faith and do that which is right, and just trust God in that process. Okay? So that's my word today. All right? Cheers.